What's up, everybody? Welcome to STWF Studios. We have no other than Lauren Fitzpatrick in the house, y'all. We're going to talk today about autism. We go through a lot of things in life, and a lot of people are clueless and have no idea. In the last 24 hours, I have learned more about autism than I ever knew about it. I'm just amazed when I hear terms like autistic or autism. I'm just thinking that it's like a mental state where a person just thinks differently or just reacts differently. I'm not realizing that autism, these people that are dealing with autism are affected by light, by sound, by smell, by touch, like a loud noise, something as simple as a toilet flushing. So someone with autism, depending on if it's hyper or hypo, I have learned so much in the last 24 hours. I'm not an expert on it. And Miss Lauren Fitzpatrick, she, just happened to have a child that was born autistic. So she had to learn on the fly. So we're going to introduce her. Before we introduce her, y'all, it is her birthday today. This lady is 49 years old, believe it or not. Happy birthday. Oh, how old are you?
31.
Oh, 31. I'm silly like that. Nah. Hey, if you look like that at 49, you'd be blessed. But you do look great to be 31. So people out there in the Slaughterverse and the STWF verse, let's give Lauren a happy birthday. Sound man, give us something. Oh, well, we don't have the sound effects. Well, anyway, happy birthday to you, Lauren.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There we go.
There we go. We got it.
Oh yeah, shit. They on that gorilla glue. They moving slow. The sound people. But so even though we're in a lighthearted mood and it's her birthday, even though it's a serious topic, we're gonna be festive. We're gonna be happy because autism is not a death sentence. So we still gonna live life and celebrate life. And for those out there dealing with people with autism or have kids that's autistic. That's the thing. We want to show, she's going to show us and tell us how to live everyday life. It may not be easy, but how to keep going and how to deal with it. And then form foundations and groups where people who are dealing with similar subjects, issues, can come together. That way, their kids can meet each other. The families and parents can talk about understanding. Absolutely. So Lauren, come on in and just introduce yourself and tell us about, the time your daughter was diagnosed and how you found out and all that stuff.
Okay. I'm Lauren, and my daughter's name is Cece. And I found out she was autistic. Well, I
pull the mic up a little closer to you.
I had some assumptions that she might be autistic when she was 14 to 16 months old. I got her diagnosed when she was 30 months old and in a community where we are now, and I only have Medicaid for her. Doctors did not want to test her. They said she'll get over it. She wasn't talking or anything, so it was really hard for me to just keep on getting closed doors. But me, as a concerned mother, I have an older child, and I didn't have to go through those same things. So I knew there was something different. It was just the faith that I had. I knew I needed to figure out something else. So about 14 to 17 months, I was like, something's not going. She wasn't hitting milestones. And about 17 months, I got her in speech therapy without a referral at the moment. And I had to switch about 3 different pediatricians because they all told me no, they wouldn't get her tested, or they wouldn't let me get signed up. And then there's a waiting list, and they don't test kids until they're about 3 years old. And that's not fair. Like,
Wow.
if you get them tested sooner, the sooner they can get help.
Well, that is powerful. That's something people definitely need to know. And you do have a YouTube page dedicated to this, or you had one? What's the deal?
We have one in 2020. We haven't done any videos since then, but I am trying to get back on there to get everything going. So I'll send you the link so you can post the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we got to get that back going, because what you're saying, and I feel like certain people are chosen for a certain reason. And if what you went through and they're denying you help and they're not giving you help, and if you feel like that age should be brought down, I feel like we all have a purpose here. That might be one of your purposes,
Right.
to get that done, instead of like, just
Letting everybody else
like,
have to
I don't
suffer
like it. It's not fair. Let's not
and
stop
not do
there.
nothing. Mhm.
Yeah, that's today is the start of getting that page back going
Okay.
and getting the ball moving towards autism, because your child is now starting to experience bullying. But I don't want to rush into that.
No, you're fine.
When so you said she was about 14 months when.
So, like, I just kind of started noticing the milestones were being hit, like the eye contact and stuff. When I did get her speech therapy, they also asked me, like, have you got her tested for autism? I said no. So, you know how them iPhones work these days, and you sit here and say something about autism, everything pops up on your phone.
They listening, boy.
So
that iPhone keep me in trouble.
Keep me. So out of nowhere, something popped up on my Facebook, and they were testing kids for free that were under the age of 3 years old.
Wow.
And they were doing it for free. And like they were like, we'll compensate, whatever. But I wasn't.
Do you remember the name of that group? Because they definitely need a shout out.
I know I tried to get back and find them
It's
afterwards,
okay.
but I'll try to do some more research and figure it out. But it's just like that thing that popped. And so we went to go do that, and we did the paperwork with them. They got us into this place in Plano. Nice. They didn't take insurance. They didn't ask us for a payment or nothing. We're getting the same privileges as what we should be getting. And before that, we were not getting it. And this was all free. Like, I was shocked. I was like, what the heck? So February the 13th, 2020, we ended up getting her into the place and getting her tested. And it came back and confirmed that she was autistic. And at the time, my daughter's father and I lived together, and he was in denial of it. So it was just me in the house that had to deal with everybody else being in denial, everybody else saying she'll talk when she's ready, she'll do this when she's ready, to I can't just wait till she's ready. There's some type of help she needs to be there.
And you're a mother with experience. You know what age that they're supposed to be walking, talking. Yes, milestone.
That.
So you got the experience in that maternal thing.
It's just that mother instinct. And what I could say is hard, and what will probably stop a lot of parents when they're dealing with a kid that has any special needs, is their significant other, their family, and they work, and they don't have the time to deal with that. So if a doctor says this, they're just going to go with what the doctor says. If a family member says this, they're just going to go with it, because they really don't have that extra time to put into it. And thankfully, I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. God gave me this child for a reason, because I was able to look at these things that another person wouldn't look at, just because they would just brush it under the rug. Not saying they're lazy or anything, just dealing with that fact and just not having enough time, because you still have to take care of your other kids. You still have to be a wife. You still have to be everything else in the world. So it's like, if you don't have that extra time, it kind of just gets overseen. And it's not that they don't want to help their kid, it's just a lot. And then the little to no resources that we have for autism, there's nothing out here. And it's just so hard. So just, I was here for a reason, to be able to deal with my daughter and understand it and just be her voice, even though everybody else was like, no, she's not. So once she was, and everybody was like, oh, okay, yeah. It was just like, I wanted to be like, forget all y'all.
Yeah.
Because
I
like
can
y'all sent
understand
me
that.
cry night after night after night in the bathroom once she goes to sleep. And I was drinking wine every night, like, and then waking up early in the morning, and I'm
Self-medicating,
just
yeah.
like, I can't do this. But at the same time, nobody else believes in it, so I have to. And once the diagnosis came, it was like, it wasn't like it got easier. It was more like, okay, y'all know. But then they're like, oh, she's different.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Like, we can't do anything. Like, this is gonna be her life. You're gonna have to
Adjust.
struggle. And it was just like, I'm not saying my family wasn't supportive at the time. Just nobody knows how to adjust to it.
Yeah.
And me, I didn't get time to adjust to it. I just had to be on mommy mode and do what my child had to do. And she was nonverbal. She was nonverbal for a long, long time, and she's actually 5 now. She's in kindergarten. She's in a regular classroom.
Thank God.
And she is talking up a storm. She's gonna
That
be in
is
somebody's
awesome.
spelling bee.
Awesome.
You never grow out of autism, but you overcome things in autism. And every autistic kid is different. When we talk about the sensories, you were saying, like, noises and stuff like that. My daughter can hear a vacuum. She helps vacuum. And stuff like that. Loud noises don't bother. It's everybody's kid. Like, they all have their own different sensories and stuff like that. So it's like, as a mother or a caretaker, as a father, a brother and a sister, if you know your child or that person has autism, instead of looking at them in a way of like they're different, like, how can I relate to them? Get on their level and see what they understand, what they like to do, and adjust to them, because they're trying to adjust to our world, and really we're the ones crazy in their world. Like,
Gotcha.
they live in a world of like peace and comfort and structure. Like, everything has to be structured and organized, and they just want same. And if you're just trying to deal and it's difficult, try to step back, see how they're moving, and move their way. And that's not them getting their way. It's you adjusting to their life, because they're already in a chaotic life here.
Gotcha. So when you have a child that's autistic, do you have to watch them more? Do you have to be more attentive?
Yes. They don't think like twice running out into the street. Like, kids know
They're
how to
more
look.
impulsive?
Yes, you just have to sit here, and they're gonna lash out, and they do have more meltdowns and stuff like that. So they're strong. And like my son, she's not aware of danger the way we're aware of danger. So like, she'll just run out into the street and not be thinking like, oh shoot, there could be a car. Like a normal 3-year-old, like, kind of already taught them like, okay, we
Look
gotta
both
look
ways, yeah.
yeah. At this age, at 5, she's just now catching on to looking both ways. Like, danger does not like phase them. They're not scared.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that beautiful shirt you have on, can you make sure kind of stretch out, show the so that's a shirt you make yourself for autism awareness. Let's talk about that. That's a nice looking shirt.
Thank you. I just have a little t-shirt press machine, and I was always just trying to do stuff for the kids at school and things like that. And once Cece with her autism stuff, and I got the machine, I was like, you know what, let me make some autism shirts. I had started making masks and stuff back when COVID was going on, and when I started making these, they were like my mom, my family members, everybody was like, and then even at her school right now, they love it.
Are you selling those shirts?
Yes, I'm selling these shirts.
Well, we should, man. We got to get together, man. Like I say, because here at STWF Studios, we do a lot of stuff, and we would like to do something maybe hold an event. We had Jenny Cox in the studio. Her son was the one that committed suicide, Cole. Jenny said she will be watching. She couldn't wait to watch the show. So say hi to Miss Jenny Cox.
Hello, Miss Jenny Cox. How are you?
We were talking about doing something for her. I got a friend, also Keisha Holloway. We eventually want to do something about fentanyl. She lost her son, and she's honestly so tore up, she just can't even talk about it right now. And so
sorry.
but I'm bringing it up because autism and all these things, we need to set up a little get together where STWF Studios, where we actually have an event where we sell those shirts, where we bring awareness, where we help you do stuff like that. When you were telling me about the organization that was doing it for free at a younger age than 3, and you felt like that you were a stay-at-home mom for a reason, when I'm hearing you talk, I'm knowing that not only do we got to get that YouTube page back active and popping, but it sounds like to me your purpose was to be on that front line. When you sent me the picture of you and your daughter, and I'm like, both of them are beautiful. This is gonna, I don't do anything for views, but I am into business and marketing as far as and I'm like, this is gonna. They are beautiful mother and daughter. This is something that's gonna bring awareness. What happened when I post a pic? People that I've been knowing forever. What time is that coming on? What time? How do I look? And I'm thinking, you got to look this catchy. You went through something. You and your daughter got some grace to meet those people that was doing it for free. All of that says to me that you're supposed to take that torch and keep that thing going. Like you're supposed to get on the front line, stay on the front line. That's what I'm
pass
hearing.
It through, yes.
I don't know how you feel about it, but that's what I'm hearing. I think you've backed off a little bit.
I have.
And that's a part of your purpose. And when you walking into your purpose, I do it too. Sometimes I slack. But we got to get back on that.
Yes, I've definitely been procrastinating about it for a long time.
So what would you like to say to any mothers, single fathers, or any families dealing with a child with autism?
It will get easier. Not every day is the same, but at the same time, you learn how to build this patience between this kid when you make it easier, when you're not so why, like multiple times before I found God, I sat there and asked why, but then I had to realize, like, why is not the question. Like, she can't ask why either, so why am I asking why? Instead of asking, it's like, take charge. Do you see the help that they need?
Take charge.
You can't just sit here and just let life go, every day go by. Like, my mom watches me struggle now, and my family members see like what I go through. And at first, when I wasn't around them as much, they just see them from the outside. Now that they're like hands on with her too, wow, Lauren, like,
you're strong.
It's hard.
Like they didn't realize how strong you are.
And I don't take it as like, I want an applaud. I just take it as like somebody has to do it, because she don't got nobody else. She don't stay with anybody. And when I say it's hard, it's a lot of nights by yourself. It's a lot of nights asking questions, but it's more about, I've done research here and there, but really my main research was my child. My child showed me how much, because I engaged into her, and instead of like, nobody else can tell me better than what she can tell me. Even though she can't talk, we've learned sign language. She's learned. I just know her. It's a communication. You'd be like, what did she just say? And I'd be like, listen to her. Listen. Like, it doesn't sound the same, but you can catch on to what she's saying if you take the time. It's all about patience with these kids, because they got patience with us. And like, they're just trying to live in this world, and we got it easy. They got it hard, and it's not fair. So just be supportive, like, accept it, embrace it, love it, because they are so loving. They are so amazing. And I'm just telling you that once you build that relationship, things used to be really hard. And Not because I never accepted, I always accepted. It was just really hard because I just didn't know which way to go with her. Like, I just tried to do what I seen how other people did. And when I just like none of that was working, I finally just like, let me just follow her lead. And following her lead, I mean, I know we the adults here, but I have to follow her lead and it works. I give you an example. We go to the grocery store. If we go to Kroger's, she needs a quarter. And then she wants the pink cart, the pink buggy with the car. She wants that one. So when we get there and they don't have no pink carts inside, I don't care if it's all the way across the other parking lot. We're walking to go get it.
That's cute. I'm sorry, not laughing.
It is.
I mean, I can imagine how it's funny because I
It
know
is.
sometimes you be like, God damn,
I do.
like shit. But you
Every
gotta,
time.
but you know she is not gonna settle for less. She want that pink one.
Isn't. So we've learned how to compromise a little bit.
You was talking about getting in shape. You was talking about, hey, that's gonna get you there.
I'll be walking. And then the quarter is for the gumball machine, and she has to get a gumball. If I do those two things, my day in Kroger's is perfect. If I don't, say no, CC, we're gonna do the yellow one, we're gonna do the blue one, we're gonna do the red one. She's mad, throwing a fit, and everything else, and I'm having the worst time. Can't concentrate, can't figure out, and I'm steady telling her what she needs. And that was the thing about it. I had to understand she wants these two things, a quarter and a pink cart. Why can't I give that to her? Like, if I can't give it to her, like that's me being selfish. That makes my day easier and her day easier. If I go get that pink cart and give her that quarter, and then
you know what? There might be
shopping.
something you put on one of your shirts, a quarter and a pink card, or some kind of design. Something I like that.
People know it's like Kroger's in the area.
And you know, when I'm listening to you talk, that's the strongest thing on the planet: maternal love. The things mothers, a mother bear, a mother lion, mother, that maternal love. I'm a father. I have a daughter. And when my daughter was born, I've been out kicking it, partying, drinking. I'm not getting up changing diapers. My baby's mother working twice the amount of hours. She's still getting up, taking them to doctor visits. Like I say, I take my hat off to single women because I know as a man, we can be selfish and lazy as hell. And the mother, it's not about the flu. If that baby need it, that's the only thing she knows. A man, his elbow a little bit sore. Hey, can you go take care of the baby? I bumped my elbow. And I ain't so that maternal love and that maternal strength, salute to you. Now, as a mother that loves your child and have that precious relationship and talk about how loving she is, to know that your child is dealing with bullying, I can't imagine how that must make you feel. Let's talk about the recent bullying situations that's come about.
Okay. So she's been in school since this year. She's 5. So she's going to a school that has a good special needs program and everything else. Her teacher is amazing. Let me just say that. Like, it takes a village, and her teacher is the village. Like, she texts me and lets me know everything throughout the day because Cece is in a normal classroom, but at the same time, she has her aide throughout the day too. But I went to our ARD meeting and everything. They ruled, yes, she is autistic at the school, and they've watched her and everything else where they said her ability and how smart she is, she's capable of being in a normal classroom instead of a special needs classroom. So that was just like amazing for me because we just didn't think that she could. I just never knew she was going to be this far already, like where she's came from to this to that. So even though she talks at home a lot. But at school, she's very, very shy, very standoffish. She's very clingy. She's going to be clingy to the person that's taking care of her, the person that she sees that does the most for her, which is her teacher and a few other aides. And they had a tornado not too long ago, maybe about a month ago. We had that tornado siren and everything.
That, yeah.
Well, before that, Cece went to school every day. First day I dropped her off, and she never gets dropped off nowhere. So I thought she was going to throw a fit. I thought it was going to be the worst day of our lives. It was just the worst day of my life, not hers. And so we had that tornado drill, and then she was going to the nurse's office, like, after that. And I was like, what the heck's going on? So they're calling me, and I was like, well, she's sick. And they're like, well, she just said she don't feel good. Well, I went and picked her up the first day. And then the second day, I'm like, look, y'all can't just be calling me. Y'all need to like, tell her she's not sick. So I'm like, what's going on? I thought it was just her scared from the tornado thing. Then we had Christmas break. She did not want to go to school. Like, before that, she did not want to go to school anymore. It was a fight every morning, a fight, crying. I couldn't get her to school till like 9 o'clock. They started at 7:45. And then we had the Christmas break. So then they were off for a whole, like, almost 2 weeks. We get back to school. She still don't want to go to school. She says, I want to go to church, not school. And I'm texting her teacher. Her teacher's like, let me call her. Let me tell her I have a surprise for her. So I started taking her to school like at 8:30, just so she could calm down. I'm not going to pressure her at 6, 7 o'clock and force her. 8:30, she's kind of calm, and she just kind of walks into school, but she's still telling me, like, no lunchroom. So she was started eating lunch with her teacher in her classroom because she didn't want to go to lunchroom. I'm like, why the lunchroom? Something is tornado. That's where they did this
tornado drill. Yeah, they
And
used to make us go in the lunchroom, but
so then I was like, no, probably not, because there's all those windows. So I'm like, why? Then the restroom, and I'm like, she's saying no restroom anymore. I'm just trying to figure out, and I'm just like, it's not making sense to me. And me and her teacher, she knows it too, what's going on. So we're just watching her, both of us. Well, one day I get a phone call from her teacher, and she said that she didn't want to alarm me or anything, but she thinks she found the solution. And she said that my daughter, she witnessed somebody else pinching my daughter. And she was like, I'm on it. I've already contacted the other parents and everything else. And me as a mother, like a year or two ago, I would have been on my way up to that school.
Yeah.
Like, on my way. But
Yeah.
since I've been in church and everything, like, I just listened to everything she said and what she told me she would do. And the fact that she contacted me and told me what was going on, she didn't have to do that as a teacher either. But she's like, I love Cece. Cece, I'm her voice when she's here. And the fact that somebody else can acknowledge that you're my child's voice when her other voice isn't there, it speaks. Like, I don't know. It's just so amazing. So understanding what was happening, and then my daughter coming home, and then I've kind of asked her about it. She told me who it was and stuff like that. And so I'm just waiting to see what her teachers and then we're going to do. Her teacher every day was like, okay, she's still eating with me. We made sure that in the lunchroom, in the bathroom, that's where that little girl could probably, like, without nobody seeing her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But me as a mom, like, I've been sending my daughter to school and she's terrified because she's getting bullied. Like,
so then you dealt with it, guilt, because you didn't know.
Like, I'm the worst mother ever because I thought it was a tornado drill. She's screaming, crying, me and her are arguing back and forth with each other, and she's over here getting hurt. And
oh, I know it was hard for you not to.
it was horrible. It was horrible. I called my mom. My mom's like, "Oh, I'm on my way to school in the morning. You don't have to do it." I was like, "Mom, can't go this way. We have to just." The fact that she found the problem and she's, like, taking care of it. So it's been a struggle getting Cece at school.
Well, I'm assuming they did contact the other girl's parents, I'm hoping.
Yeah, they did. Okay. And so then her teacher didn't tell me the name of the student or anything. So I just really have been going through it the last, like, 2 weeks, like, I can't get my daughter into school until 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Oh, so this is recent?
Yeah.
Wow.
It just got resolved this week.
Oh,
like,
my
on
God.
Monday. I ended up talking to the little girl's dad. So I pick Cece up at the gate every day, and I pick her up at the gate, and all these kids line up. at the gate and they all high five her. Like they know she's autistic. She has a backpack that says I'm autistic or please be patient, I'm autistic, the lunch pail. I'm very vocal about this because I don't want nobody to be like, oh, I didn't know, you know. So I'm very upfront and letting everybody know. It sounds like I'm just like trying to, just let people, I just want people to know so they don't have no, I didn't know later.
Absolutely.
So the kids, they all love Cece and she high fives everybody when she walks out the gate. She's a little popular. And I'm like, okay. Well, the little girl, she always high fives her. So I've been going to the school the past few days, knowing the little girl, knowing which one it was. And I speak to her dad and we speak to her. And I can't do that right now. Cool. I couldn't talk to her, look away, tell Cece, come on, we ain't high five nobody right now.
Now, what you can do, just in case cameras are watching, just kind of elbow her in the face like and make it look like an accident. Oh, hold on, we're on live camera. I'm not going down for you. I'm telling you, I'm suggesting we get in the courtroom, Your Honor. Shit. It was her. She talked me into the shit. But I'm glad that it's got resolved. So so now is your daughter better about getting ready to get up and go to school?
Where once I talked to her dad on Monday, I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I just like something. I knew I wasn't gonna be like ugly, crazy, or nothing else. I've let it mellow down, and so when I approached him, I was just like, "Hey, I just wanted. Are you aware that Zuri, your daughter, is the one that's bullying my daughter?"
Oh, we got the name now. She don't let the name slip out. Hey, I'm gonna call up. I think Ivan might have some grandkids. I'm too young for that. Ivan got some grandkids about 4 or 5 years old. We're gonna send them through there.
It's so good because the father was like, I didn't know what kid it was, and I was just like, well, it is. My daughter.
The father probably looked at you and said, let's talk about this over a bottle of wine.
No, you're gonna trip about the end. So I asked her, I was like, Cece's autistic. Like, the fact that she's bullying her, like, why? And they're friends. They always say hi to each other. So I was like, when you grab her from the gate, can we meet over here, like right here at the street and talk real quick? Can I talk to your daughter? And he was like, no problem. I was like, okay. I get on the phone with my sister on FaceTime. I was like, I'm about to talk to the dad of the little girl that's been bullying. Like, can you just stay on the phone with me, be in my ear, just in case I start going crazy? But I don't think I will. Anyways, the little girl came over there. I was like, hey, why are you doing this to Cece? And she's just like, I don't know. And I'm like, Cece can't talk, right? And she says, yeah. I was like, is that why you do it? And she said, because my dad didn't get your number. I'm like, no.
Oh,
I look at the dad like,
what? Ivan, we got a Hot Topic Tuesday.
So I was like, no, that is not why. I was like, why are you doing this?
He said, I'm going to teach her stuck up ass. That's her daughter right there.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, say all y'all women out there, hey, you do look kind of bougie. Hey, all you bougie chicks out there, let me tell you something. Shit. Your kids got to go to school sometime. Now, bullying is not funny, but that's a damn shame.
No.
I wanted that man put this kid and his daughter back, but he probably was. There was some validity to that.
He told me he already whooped her ass. He was like, I already whooped her ass for this. I was like,
but did you ask him what about this phone number thing she said?
So I looked at him like, what is that? She was like, she just wants to have a play date, and she's been telling me, get your number so the kids can have a play date. I was like,
oh, so the kid wanted your number.
I guess the little girl wanted my number, but she said,
somebody contact this man's wife about this bullshit.
So anyways, the dad, we all hugged and everything. And the next day, he sent his daughter to school, and he sent her with some extra money for Cece and let the little girl get Cece something in the lunchroom. So he had texted me and told me all that. So when I got Cece, I asked her, and she said, yeah. And she's been scared of the lunchroom and everything else. And now she's back in the lunchroom.
That is awesome.
And, you know, I'm happy it ended this way. This bullying thing, I'm not a pro at it, but I will definitely be somebody that...
Yeah, when it comes to your kids, that maternal instinct, that mama bear is in some form or fashion. Being into church might hold you back some, but when it comes to you do not mess with a woman's child.
I just need to figure it out. Like,
yeah. And I'm glad you did say something, to not say nothing when it comes to your child, and you don't have to be belligerent.
Yeah.
You don't have to come waving no pistol or threatening lives. Because one thing about me, yes, and I understand. I respect that.
I gave myself a few days.
Because, you didn't want the old you to come out. Yeah. Well, that is awesome. What time you got on that phone?
10:37.
10:37. We're going to roll a little bit more. So, you are 31 today on your birthday. Are you and your kids going to do something special today for your birthday? You and CC going to do anything? Or what are y'all going to do?
I have no plans. CC just wants to blow out my candles. So when I get her from school, we'll go to Albertsons, get a cake, and let her blow out some candles. She loves happy birthday. She has to blow out everybody's candles. So.
Well, she don't have asthma, does she?
Yeah.
She does?
A little bit.
Because that's 31 candles. That's a whole lot of candles.
The 3 and the 1.
Oh, okay. I'll start 31 candles.
That's
child abuse. Don't. That's way too many shit. You might need help. 31.
Dang. And I've been taking it easy.
Now 31 is a baby for real. Like I say, but as this is live, so I can't take it back. Real talk. For your birthday, I will give you a week of training. No joke. Yes, and like I say, we'll take you gradual stages of progression. I'm not going to take you and try to break you.
Please don't.
Jenny Cox also supposed to be on her mission of no beer and no tacos for 120 days.
Ooh.
She was doing pretty good and had lost some weights. Jenny, you need to check in. We need to see if you stand off the beer and the tacos. She was just doing it for 120 days, and she was doing pretty good, and she was losing a lot of weight doing it. So, Jenny, we're going to get together with you, Lauren Fitzpatrick. We got to do something for these mothers to, hey, you're going through something, but that don't mean, a lot of times people are emotional eaters. People will eat. We eat sometimes when we're sad, when we're depressed, if we lacking sex. People eat for when we celebrate. If somebody born, we eat. Somebody die, we eat. Somebody go to jail, we eat. Somebody get out of prison, we eat. So it's easy for mothers, especially being more hormonal, because as you start from 19 to 21 to 30 to 31, those hormones change. And food is comforting y'all. So this is the Slaughta fit coming out. For you mothers going through something, y'all come get with us. Because like I say, just because you're going through something, that don't mean you can't look amazing while you're going through the storm, coming out shining like a diamond or a charm.
For sure.
So let's talk about maybe some plans on moving forward. You got the clothing line, Be Kind, Autism Aware. Do you do different logos, or is that your main logo?
I can do different logos and everything too.
But that shirt right there, make sure my IG Live people can see it and everything. Make sure, because that's a nice looking shirt, y'all. Make sure y'all hit her up and order these shirts and tell these people exactly how they can hit you up.
Y'all could do IG. It's Lala, LALABEE, 2 YOU, or Lauren Fitzpatrick on Facebook. I think that's it.
Your fans only page? Oh, you in the church now?
I'm in the church.
Oh, but she didn't. Well, hold on. That was a little. Hold on. Let me say that again. And your fans only page. Did y'all catch that? That woman got hey, y'all, let me know what her, she probably got a nickname on there. Y'all Google every Lala y'all can and get back with me.
Definitely no Lalas.
So what is your name on that? Oh, my bad.
Ain't got no name.
Y'all, I don't think she's all the way delivered. We're gonna pray for her. She's not all the way delivered. I can feel it. But she's almost there, y'all. But we really thank y'all for tuning in to STWF Studios. Y'all, again, happy birthday to Lauren Fitzpatrick.
Thank you.
Congratulations to her beautiful child, Cece. And when she was talking about how loving autistic people can be, I felt that. I've dealt with, my daughter has mental issues, but I've dealt with different people, and sometimes people, they can have this love that shows without, you can just feel it. You can just vibe with it. And when you were saying that y'all got that connection, I can truly understand that and feel that, because energy is something that's universal. It's like without speech, you can feel love. You can feel hate. You can feel fear. You can feel it. So I feel like people with that don't have the ability to verbalize, I feel like those senses are even heightened, that they can really make you feel without saying, because that part of them is stronger now. I can't verbalize it, but you can see the pain or the joy or the peace. So I'm just thanking you so much for shedding the light on autism. Anybody out there dealing with autism, please reach out to Ms. Fitzpatrick. And like I say, we're going to hold each other accountable, but I'm definitely going to make sure that you plan an event pretty soon. Yes, sir. Bring out your merchandise, pamphlets, get up and talk. And, we'll make it a fun event, because my man Ivan, like I say, the man is, he got some great ideas. And we sit down collectively and come up with some stuff. And like I say, we'll get some stuff going.
Awesome. I appreciate it so much.
Well, give the people some last words on your birthday, Miss Fitzpatrick. Whatever you want to. Just give them some last words.
We're just going to get through another year and be successful and make this year a better year than last year.
Slaughta POD!